Have you ever heard of somebody who abducts little boys?
Room below's got some horrible smells.
We don't want to go in there.
What are you doing?
Complimentary room service. Here is that.
Hello and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newly Deads. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. This is a half-hour chat show where we talk about a movie that we've watched. If this is not your first time watching, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. We really appreciate it. Looks like we've got Bailey here joining us. I'm sure he'll provide some fun things because he likes to yawn and sometimes sound like a lion when he does it. But again, this is a half-hour chat show, and we also do upload this as a podcast. So if you're listening to this, this is actually a visual show. So we highly recommend that you find us. And you can do that on our website at thenewlydeads.com for all of your Newly Deads needs. On that site, you can find information about this show, all of the locations that we are airing. And then you can also find information about other things that we do. So Mr. Newly Dead does unboxing videos. We do snack review videos. And we also sometimes, occasionally, Mr. Newly Dead does blog posts. But I'm sure it's probably been a little bit, since he's done those kind of things. But we do recommend that you check us out there because occasionally we do different events and things like that in the Rockford, Illinois area, which is like northern Illinois. And so you can find out where we're at. Are you pointing at it?
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois.
We're in Northern Illinois.
We're in Northern Illinois.
Here,
but yeah, so like I said, check us out there. We did watch a movie this week. We have some criteria for that movie though. Every single week, we always try to make sure that the movies that we're watching are under $5. They are horror, thriller, or sci-fi genre movie. And usually they are, always, most of the time, I'd say 99.9% of the time, there are movies that we've never watched. I think there's only been like one movie that we've watched that we had seen before. And that was a long time.
That was back on our
long
YouTube channel version, yeah.
A long time ago. This week, we watched a movie called The Haunting of Margam Castle, the most haunted building in the United Kingdom.
Whoa.
Based on a true story.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm going to read the synopsis, and then we're going to watch the trailer with you guys, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of it. So, if the walls could talk, they would scream, it says. For many years, the dark and foreboding Margam Castle, long considered one of the most haunted buildings in the UK, has been abandoned, or so it seemed. An American research team takes an interest in the castle's macabre history of unexplained deaths and supernatural sightings. They travel to Wales to stay at the castle, intending to conduct a series of experiments in parapsychology. But when night falls, the research team's study goes awry, and they're forced to fight for their lives when they incur the wrath of the vengeful spirits who live within the walls of Margam Castle. That was a good synopsis. It's nice and long. I like those when they're long like that because Joel gets to do his acting stuff, which is always adorably cute for me. Yes. So The Haunting of Margam Castle. We're going to watch the trailer. Let's say that the trailer that is coming in before the trailer is a hearse.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm gonna pause it for a second, and then we'll watch the trailer, and we'll be right back to discuss it.
We're parapsychologists. We're investigating claims of paranormal sightings in the building.
There have been plenty of those down the years.
Stay away from the castle. They've laid dormant for many years, but now they are awakening. They're waiting for you. They've always been waiting.
Darren, is that you?
No!
Hello?
And we're back. Thanks for sticking with us. Mr. Newlydad's got a note in his hand. What is that all about?
So whenever we watch a film, I will take notes, print them out, and then this will give us a little guideline, some history, information, trivia, etc. about the film, as well as, kind of what we thought. And usually we'll do some drawings in the interim while we're watching the said movie, and then I will show them to Mrs. Newlydad, and she will tell you what she sees. So at this point, I will show her what's on here, which is only one thing.
A skull with some wonky teeth.
Yeah, I just was feeling
Yeah,
weird.
he's a very stylized skull.
Yeah, just a
I
thing.
like him. He's cute.
Just a thing that happened.
I also did a tiny bit of writing.
That is a small amount of notes on that giant notebook.
I did draw a ghost.
She did draw a ghost. Mrs. Newlydad this year has committed once again to take notes 100% of the time, and she has continued to do that.
This week is light.
But she did do it.
Is there a reason why? Should we
We'll
talk
get to
about
that.
All
We'll
right.
get to that. But then at the end of the year, Mrs. Newlydad will collect all of my notes, not her notes necessarily, and put them into a flip book you can find on our website, 2023 as well as 2024.
Still working on 25.
Are currently available. As she said, 25 is pending. Someday soon. It's only the second week in February, so there's time.
I need to get on it.
But yeah, if you want to go check them out, they're there. Some people think it's fun.
I think it's fun.
I just kicked Shaggy in the head. Sorry, buddy. I didn't realize you were so close to me. So The Haunting of Sorghum Castle. Just kidding.
Sorghum.
It's The Haunting of Markham Castle. Is from 2020, the year that everyone forgot. Currently sitting at 2.6 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database, which we have thoughts about that. So this is co-written and directed by Andrew Jones, who is known for Poltergeist Activity. Wonder what that's a riff on. He did all 5 of the Robert movies.
Oh, Robert the Doll?
Robert the Doll, yeah. After, the Annabelle thing and all the killer doll movies out there, there was Robert.
But
and-
Robert the Doll is actually based on a real doll.
As is Annabelle.
Yeah.
Whereas, Chucky is not. But yeah, Robert, they made 5 Robert movies, and he did every single one of them. He also did Jurassic Predator, which I think we need to add to the list, maybe. And Alien Battlefield Earth, which sounds like exactly what I'm assuming is a conglomeration of the Ridley Scott Alien with Battlefield Earth, the John Travolta thing. I don't know. Then he is known for writing The Legend of Halloween Jack 1 and 2. There's only 2 that I know of. Cabin 28. It's not a sequel. There's not 27 other Cabin movies. And Werewolves of the Third Reich, which may have been something that they came up with after they saw the Werewolf Women of the SS trailer that Rob Zombie did for Grindhouse. I don't know.
Maybe.
This was also co-written by Robert Graham, and this is their only credit. One and done.
One and done.
So I don't know if, they were just wrote the original story. I don't know. So the cast here is where things get kind of fun.
He
Hi.
yawned.
That's the 3rd time he's yawned already. So first up, we have Darren Nesbitt, who you may know from A Night to Remember, the film about Titanic way back in the day. The Giant Behemoth, which I have a little poster for at work at my desk. Kill or Cure, which sounds like a no-brainer as far as which one you'd rather do. And he was in 7 episodes of Doctor Who.
Oh.
Yep. Then we have Jane Marrow, not Morrow, not bone marrow, but Marrow, who was in the 1962 version of The Phantom of the Opera, which has been retold numerous times. Hands of the Ripper, which I assume is about Jack. And The Horror at 37,000 Feet. Then we have, as I pointed out to you during the film, Carolyn Monroe made a little guest spot as the inn pub owner, who you may know her. She's a staple of genre films. She was in Star Crash, the Star Wars ripoff movie.
Yeah.
That is in and of itself its own thing that you should highly see. The Last Horror Film, which is a great movie. I have it on VHS actually. Both of those movies also star Joe Spinell, who is just a phenomenal actor. I love Joe Spinell. But she also was in Maniac with Joe Spinell. So they had a thing going, apparently, not like a thing, but a working relationship. Which Maniac is a tough watch, but the remake with Elijah Wood is equally as good, and that's not a joke. And then she was in Slaughter High, the movie about a killer that wears a jester's costume at a high school reunion.
Oh.
Kind of a weird premise and an interesting, chapter in the slasher
Genre.
oeuvre, the genre, but highly recommended. I've seen it. I enjoyed it. And then finally, I saved the best for last. Garrick Hagon. Man, this guy's resume. He was in 6 episodes of the classic Doctor Who. Then he was in 1 episode of the modern Doctor Who. He was in Star Wars, the original. He played Biggs, who was a character that, if Star Wars nerds know who Biggs is, he was in a movie called Lace 2. I don't know. Tomorrow's Killer, not today's killer, tomorrow's killer. Rolling Vengeance, which is a genre-like cult classic about a guy who drives a souped-up monster truck to take vengeance on people. Classic. He was in the 1989 Batman movie, the Tim Burton one. He was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Tim Burton one.
Wow.
He was in Red 2, the sequel to Red, the Bruce Willis action movie, Retired and Extremely Dangerous, which is based on a graphic novel series. And he was in the original Mission Impossible movie.
Wow.
That is a resume and a half.
Yeah, he's in some crazy movies there.
And all of these actors are the old actors in the film. The young actors that play the main cast, didn't even mention.
Yeah.
Because their resumes were
This.
tenuous at best. They're pretty minor, but this is just this great listing of actors. But anyway, so at this point, my lovely wife turns to me and says,
What'd you think?
and she says, why did you spend so much time on the actors?
No, I think it was fun.
So the first thing I've got to say is this movie, if you're going to tell a haunted house movie, you figure at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to tell that story. This movie came in at 82 minutes, I believe. Hour and 22 minutes.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you from the get-go?
Yeah.
The pacing is off. There's a lot of slow-mo in it. There's a lot of flashbacks to, because the ghosts that are in the castle, they each have their own history, because the castle's been around so long that, the different people that live there have died in different ways or been, murdered or been the murderer.
Yep.
And each time they tell a backstory on it, it's just this 5 to 10 minute backstory that eats up time, but it's just, it doesn't.
Yeah.
They didn't do a good job of making it period accurate. Like the Witchfinder General looks like a guy who's got a fedora on that's hanging out at the bar playing pool with his buddies and drinking a Red Stripe. I don't know, and I'm not digging on any of those things, but Witchfinder General. You think of that movie with Vincent Price, he looks like a witchfinder. This movie looks like some guy. It basically felt like, your typical spam in a castle movie, take a bunch of people, put them in a castle, give them some sort of a thing to investigate and see what happens. Like I said, the old school actors are the only reason I really would recommend this movie. And even then I would say watch their original stuff instead. Now, what's the one thing that you and I have learned doing this show now for 140, I think this is our 145th episode, maybe, not counting the ones on YouTube. Anytime a film starts with the haunting of something,
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
And would you say that we've kept that streak going?
So far. I mean, there's movies out there that, The Haunting of, isn't like the Haunting of Hill House or whatever? Like that one's fine.
That's a great
Yeah.
movie, and the series is
But
great.
I just feel like, it's like hard to top those kind of movies. So every single other one that we've watched that are like, in the dollar store, Dollar Tree bin kind of thing, not great. Not great. A little boring. Yeah.
And it's like
Unfortunate.
if you're making a low budget movie, your go-to is zombies, slashers, or haunting movies. And it's tough to do a good haunting movie, even if you got a budget. I mean, just as an example, one of the ways they padded the runtime, aside from the things I mentioned already, there's a scene where a character goes into the bathroom to take a pee. And as they're sitting there taking a pee, Laura's like, do we need to see her
Going pee?
Like
why? Just go in the bathroom. Like, whatever. It was weird.
And then she gets up and she looks in the mirror, and what's on the mirror? Get out. Written in blood or
Chunky
something.
lemon milk.
Yeah.
It was
And
like chunky blood.
It didn't even look scary. It just looked like somebody was like, quick, get out on the mirror so we can keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The scares aren't scary. The characters are dull. Sorry, I was reading ahead in my notes. The acting is subpar, especially from the main people. There's a scene where, we'll explain what happened, but there's a scene involving a chair that I made Laura rewatch where it's sitting there and then it kind of spins around and then moves out of frame. And I was like, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. And I turn and what had happened?
I had fallen asleep.
She'd fallen asleep. So I woke her up and rewound it and made her rewatch it.
Yeah, this was a rough one. I mean, I started my notes by saying I was tired watching this movie. All I squeaked out on my notes was the title.
Yep.
That sentence. I started writing like what I was gonna review. So I wrote story and then a letter M that it has a line underneath it because that's where I fell asleep.
Oh no.
And then I wrote weird and I started writing Necronomicon.
Oh yeah.
But I wrote Necronomicar because I was so tired, and then I drew a ghost.
We gotta draw that or make that into a sticker.
Necronomicar.
The Necronomicar.
Oh, that would be actually pretty funny. We should do that.
Note to self.
Mm.
There was also a scene that Laura was awake for where one of the characters turns and they go,
yeah.
We're like,
what
is
you
happening?
A vampire?
And I thought the flashbacks couldn't get worse because they were bad in the beginning and they just kept getting progressively worse. The ghost designs were laughable. The Necronomicon, incidentally, looked like a brand new copy of the Encyclopedia Britannica that you got in, grade school if you're our age, 40 to 50,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, normally they've got them like looking like creepy, obviously made out of skin of some sort, and yeah, like it's been around since the dawn of time kind of thing. But this thing, just looked like a book.
Like, at least make it dusty or something.
Right.
I mean, this thing was pristine, like it just came out of the,
and
the
printed or
bookmaker.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like who's printing the Necronomicon? Like,
Yeah, it wasn't handwritten in blood. It wasn't like looking like it was created from some sort of hell beast. It was just this nice new tome that they found that was hanging out with the rest of the, books in this secret room where all the hidden treasures were.
Yeah.
Although I did write groovy because, Necronomicon.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, we're going to spoil this because I don't want you to watch this movie. So I'm going to save you some time. So at the end of the movie, these horrible special effects happen. The castle shakes. They read out of the Necronomicon thinking that's going to get rid of the spirits and they're going to be able to walk out free and clear and everything's good. They do that. The special effects happen. They walk out. The guy that's the caretaker that let them in there shows up the next day to let them out, and they're talking to him and he's not responding. So they follow him around to the different bodies and they get to the room where they were at when they read the Necronomicon, and their bodies are on the floor and they're dead. So they were now ghosts at Markham Castle, Sorghum Castle. So it went from that to being, they're ghosts now. And because they went overseas to investigate, now they're stuck forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Mm-hmm.
The end. So.
Yeah. So do you have final thoughts on it?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you have final thoughts too?
My final thought is because I fell asleep.
My final thoughts are big aspirations, big failures, big dud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had to repurchase this movie again, how much would you pay for it?
So, first of all, I do want to say the only good thing I have to say about this, aside from the actress, is that the location was pretty interesting, but it was clear that it was a tourist place, or looked like it might be.
Yeah.
So I gave it 25 cents because that I want the actors that are old school to at least get something out of this deal, because I feel bad for them for being in this thing when they should be doing much bigger things. But I couldn't give it. I don't ever want to see this again.
I'm giving it $0 because I couldn't even bother to like stay awake during it. So I would not repurchase this.
That's fair.
Yeah. And I don't want to give it negative dollars because that's not a fair assessment. So
because you didn't see the whole
Yeah.
thing. So I get it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep. So what do you recommend instead of this film?
So I took a complete 180 here, and I was like, okay, of all the haunted castle movies, all the haunted house movies, which one would I throw out there to recommend instead of watching this? So I'm kind of on an old school kick right now. So I went with 1940s Ghostbreakers, which is Bob Hope and is it Olivia de Havilland? I forget who the other actress is. It's not Olivia de Havilland. Anyway, he and this other actress, it's a comedy, of course, 'cause it's Bob Hope, but she inherits a castle in Havana, and he's a ghost breaker, which is essentially like somebody who's not afraid of ghosts that goes in and helps get rid of your ghost problem with a gun, incidentally. And he goes with her to Havana, to this castle she's inherited, to, get rid of the ghosts and the mummies and whatever other monsters live at the castle. And, of course, hilarity ensues. It's on the shelf. It's right behind Laura right now. We could watch it tonight if you wanted. But it's a really fun movie. It's kind of one that's flown under the radar. Not a lot of people know about it unless you're, a certain age or you like Bob Hope. But highly recommended. It's a good time. And it is way better than this, but it also had a budget. And man, I wish I could think of who the other actress is in it.
You'll think of it. You'll put it on the screen.
I'll put it on the screen. But in the trailer, it's cute because Bob Hope's like, I get to hang out with so-and-so for the whole movie. And he's like, it's fun. It's a good time.
Good.
And he shoots at ghosts, which is
That's
entertaining.
Funny, actually. All right. So what are we watching? I can blow this up.
You can blow the heck out of that.
It's been a while.
I'm going to blow that thing up twice.
What are we watching next week?
All right, I blew it up a second time.
Yeah.
Get rid of that garbage.
Do it.
Do it, Doug. So we're back here again.
Right.
I'm so excited.
So we are on the Mega Shark versus Octopus Giant 5 Wild Movie Giant set. So
Sci-fi.
These are all Sci-Fi Channel movies that they compiled onto a DVD. So
this is one we got for our 100th episode.
are we watching Mega Piranha?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So finally, Joel gets to watch Mega Piranha. He's very excited about this.
From 2010, baby.
Yeah, it's a super short synopsis, obviously, because it's on a huge, 5
Can't wait to talk about who's in it.
movie thing. So
Exciting.
there's some nudity in it.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I
it says
didn't know
violence, profanity, adult situations, and nudity
that. And giant piranhas.
on sci-fi.
On
It
sci-fi.
can't be that bad.
Maybe the piranhas are naked.
Yeah, maybe they show their private piranhas.
The piranhas.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
A mutant strain of giant ferocious piranha continues to grow as they eat their way from the Amazon to Florida. That's it. Short and sweet.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oop. Oh no, I
Uh-oh.
dropped my capybara.
The capybara fell.
I'll fix it.
We'll get it later.
All right. Well, that's it. This is a short, sweet episode. I feel like it went really fast. So, yeah, but thank you very much for joining us. And until next week,
Keep it cheap and creepy.
bye.
Doesn't mean you should go chasing the dead.
It may be your robot, but it's my house.
I want to get a close look at these sharks.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, I'll be careful.